Welcome, YouTubers. Today I hope to teach you something in Excel that can help you to avoid data corruption. My tip of the day is how to avoid the conversion of data into scientific notation, particularly with larger amounts of data. It's very common in software today to have the ability to export data into format that Excel can read. One of the most common formats is CSV, which stands for comma separated values. You'll see I have a CSV file here on my desktop. When a CSV document is created and you already have Microsoft installed on your computer, you have the ability to double click the CSV file and open that in Excel. I'll do that right now. And we see that the data that I have right here has been divided into its own individual cells. We have some column headers and some data. You'll notice in the data, in the cell you see a number with a letter in there and a plus sign. This is called scientific notation. If you look up in the formula bar, you see the actual number. Oftentimes, if I was to save this document and try to import it into my system, it will take the value 7.19e plus 19 and import that and override the data. You can see that this could be a problem, such as if you're working for a retail company and you have certain SKUs and UPCs and certain bits of information that represent a very key point of data within your process, you wouldn't want that data to be overwritten by a bunch of jumbled numbers and letters. So if you were to export all of your data into a CSV and then just double click that CSV, Excel will automatically convert those numbers into scientific notation and start causing this problem. So let's show you a few simple steps to avoid this fiasco. So I'm going to close that without saving anything. First step is we're going to want to open a blank Excel document. We don't need to name it anything or choose a file format at this time. Next, we want to go to our Data tab, Get External Data, and select Get From Text. Now, your screen may look a little bit different according to the size of your screen and the icons that appear, but you want to get data from text specifically. You should be able to find it from there. Next step is to find our file. Mine is on the desktop. Here called Important Data CSV. I will click Import. You'll see my data is down here, the full number with comma separated values. This step is very important to choose how we're going to separate our data, and we want this to be delimited. Delimited is going to choose a particular identifier. For this will be a comma to separate our value. And on the next screen, we choose our delimiter, which is going to be a comma. And now you'll notice that Excel has separated all of our values into cells instead of separated by commas. Now, this step is also very important. If we were to import this data into Excel as just a general, it would automatically convert these large numbers into scientific notation. So I'm going to take these columns and change them to text. You'll see this column header change from general to text. So now I'll do that with the rest of these columns just so you can see that. And once we have changed all of these columns to text, I can click Finish. This step is just asking us where we want to place our data. By default, it is in cell A1, and we will stick with that. So now you'll notice that all of my data has come in, and I have the full number. And my column headers look fine as well. If I go to Home and I click on this cell, you'll notice that it is a text type cell where all of the other cells are still general by default by Excel. So if I was to take this same value, copy, paste into another cell, it took the formatting with it. And maybe let's try to change that back to general, see if it converts for us. And it did. It converted to scientific notation because now it is a general type. So since I have everything as a text type field and I have all the data I need, I am confident that I can import this data back into my system without overwriting or losing any data. So once you save this file in a format that is acceptable for a program you want to import into, then you can be confident that you have not messed up your data and your boss will give you a raise. Good luck. Thank you for watching.